point is that the people will be hurt. If you don't make them feel important, it's very, very important, friends. When you invite somebody to your house, it's very important. You come out, wait, receive them and take them out. You have noticed, many friends when you call them, you go to the house and you have to knock the door. Even my own friends, sometimes they call me, for dinner to the house. I say, I go very, very rarely to anybody else's house. Very rarely. But even then, very close friends, when you go to their house, there will be a dog. He'll keep a dog in the house. You go with your wife and children. And you have to make a phone call on the cell phone. Please open the door. This is a typical Indian culture, I tell you. Which, do you think a man who has treated me like this, when I took my wife and 2 children for dinner to a fellow's house, and I was greeted by the dog. Dog only welcomes you, and you have to make a phone call to open the door. Do you think you go to the house once again? I won't. He may be even the president of India. That when you feel that way, everybody else feel that way if you treat them shabby. So it's very crucial that even he is a sweeper, he is a last grade servant. Please make them feel important because they are truly important. Then you have to make small place in your office, but they are very, very important. If you think deeply about this, you will understand that. Friends, if you want to be an effective leader, if you want to develop leadership qualities, if you want to be popular, if you want your subordinate to respect you and recognize you as a leader, what is more important is, more than speaking, listen. You should always listen to what people are trying to say. Because if you don't allow them to speak, you will never get communication what they are trying to say. You will never understand the situation. You will never become a successful manager, executive, or a head of the particular department. You will never be. Unless you listen to people, because only when you listen, you get more information. When you listen, you will be able to understand the situation and take appropriate action. I remember, as a young police officer, when I joined Gopicheti College, a lady came and told me, sir, one fellow staying very close to my house, he's getting hell of a problem, sir. He beat me last week, he did that. I'm a young fellow. So I always want to do justice, I told him, by the time the driver was also not here. He told a lot of stories, so much of harassment, domestic harassment, this, that. So much of a problem he's created. I went, caught the fellow, started beating him. Stupid fellow. This lady, she's keeping quiet, far away, you are going and troubling him. How dare you do that? I pulled him back to this jeep, brought him to the police station. He spoke nothing. I only spoke all the things. I never listened to him so far. Then brought him to the police station. He was there. That man is there. Lady, this man. Why are you doing this to the woman? Sir, he's telling, sir, that is my wife, sir. This lady is his wife. She's a very arrogant woman. Because of her problem, only I am keeping away from that house. I have put up a small shed in a far away place, unable to clear the harassment of the woman. I am living far away. Please leave me, sir. I don't know what to say. So, since I was not listening at all, I failed to understand she is giving the complaint against her own husband. Had I known that, I would have taken a different way of action. Therefore, it's crucial when people come to you, it's very important you just listen to them what they are saying. Particularly we people, we are not a public interface. A lady came and met a police officer, which she told, always police officers' effort is now, when a woman is in trouble, somehow see that she unites with her husband. She told, my husband is slowly going away from me, sir, he is doing this, that. The man said, is it so? I will see to that he joins you. He takes you home and will be happy. No, sir, he is separated. She has another affair. She wants to live with another man. That is the actual truth. She wants to give a complaint and see that this fellow is divorced so that she can live happily with the next man. So she was telling all the problems this man is creating. Sir, this man is slowly going to be. No, I see that. No, please explain the separation. So that you know only when you listen properly. So listening is very, very important. Speaking less than necessary is very important. Particularly for Indian culture, for us, I advise gentlemen to take up an effective leadership position, speak less than necessary. There is a real story. In Russia, there was a revolution against the King Sartu. The revolution was done by Raylo. Vladimir Raylo was the revolutionary, and he was almost successful. He was, his allegation was that the king Tsar, Russia was ruled by Tsars, 16th century onwards. The king Tsar too was a much more ineffective fellow. How many years? Look at this hangman's rope. Even the rope is not of good quality. So we have definitely changed this fellow. They all applauded. Then the king said, okay, he said like that. That means, please hang him once again and prove that the hangman's rope manufactured in Russia is of good quality. They brought another rope, they hanged him. But this time the rope did not break. So his neck broke. He died. The lesson is that speak less than necessary. Had he kept his mouth shut, he will let it go. So many people get into serious problem because they speak bad about the boss. Our boss is a very bad fellow, he's talking to that lady. Now this fellow will go and tell sir, he's telling that you are having an affair with that lady. Say that. Don't think there is any secret. I tell you, as a police officer, people consider many things as secret, but there is no secret. You may think you are talking to the cell phone to somebody and nobody will know. Whatever you spoke in the cell phone can be retrieved by the police in the next 6 years. Whatever you are sending mail can be taken as a printout by us for the next 20 years. Because so there is so many problems. Husband and wife, a man calling from New York to a lady talking to him, and ultimately he says, no, I have nothing to do with this lady. Do not talk to her. But we have the records. They don't even get an application. We'll get everything. Or it is the computer, that's all. So, there is no secrecy. People will come to know what you are doing in the bathroom. There is no secrecy in this. It is you will know. Right? When you do certain things, even if others do not know, you know that you have done this. Your face will show. There was one example, one incident in the Second World War, First World War. India took part in the First World War. Indian troops were fighting. So Brahmins, Tamil Brahmins and Bengali Brahmins, they do not drink water from the next water. In Tamil Nadu only the officers, Brahmins only joined as officers. Bengalis, even soldiers, many soldiers joined in the Royal Indian Army. They are fighting war. So when a Brahmin, they only eat the food they cook. Even in the battlefield, they only drink the water they are drawn from the river or pond. They don't. So a man is wounded. The Bengali Brahmin is wounded. He is about to die. He has to drink water. He doesn't have water. His colleague was telling, buddy, in military, when wars are being fought, men fight in groups called buddies, so that they help each other in the battlefield. So the buddy is telling him, come on gentlemen, I have water, please drink, so that you can save your life. He told, no, I cannot drink your water. It's against our tradition, against our caste. It's political, you should not do it. No, don't worry, nobody is seeing it. Nobody sees that you are drinking my water. He says, nobody is seeing me, but God is seeing me. I am seeing this. I know that I am drinking your water. He did not drink and he died. There is a record history of the Bengal Army. So it's very important that you listen more and speak less. Speak less than necessary. To become a great leader, an effective leader, and a leader who is preparing oneself for a crisis situation. Lastly, I told you earlier, when you respect a person, it's very important that you don't insult a man. Words, once spoken, cannot be taken back. In a fit of anger, actually in a very serious situation which can create anger, you can know the real nature of the person. He may be speaking English in coat and suit, he may look very decent, but when things are very bad, he will abuse you in Tamil in the filthiest, choicest English, choicest abusive language. I know a police officer. He speaks very nice English. He studied in American college. But when things are very bad, he would flunked out abuses, which not even a slum fellow can do. So his nature is that. You know, the original nature will come out. So never try to insult a person. Insult the person will never forget you. Will keep this always in his mind. So these are the tips which can give you to develop human relation, to make you more popular, more respected leader in a place where you are in a house where you live. That's also more important. I know a police officer who was a drunkard, and we wanted to change it. So because he's a senior officer, I sent a person from AA. You know AA? Alcoholic Anonymous. There's an organization who are trying to, correct people who are addicted to alcohol. So when that AA officer, he's also a bank officer, my close friend, he went to this house. In the house there is nobody to even receive him, offering a chair. But AC was also there, the police officer was also there. He came and reported to me, sir, this the assistant commissioner is not even respected like a dog in his house. Dog is not a better respect. But this man is not even respected like a dog because he is drunkard. He does not take care of the family. He does not respect his wife. He does not respect his children. Therefore, they also don't respect him. They don't treat him as a karta, the head of the family. So, it's very important. You never insult anybody. In the house and the workplace, if you do that, it's less likely that you become an effective leader who is capable of seeing crisis situations. Next. Okay. To be a great leader, a good leader, as I said, to be the most effective leader, what is that you must do? Your subordinates, you must always unite them under a very significant job, which is therefore what you are doing is a holy war. It's a very, very important work. You unite them under a cause. It's very important if you want to become a leader that you lead from the front. If you hide behind people and show all the people try to push them in the front, you are not a leader. People will see this fellow is a chicken-hearted fellow. He is unfit to be our chief or executive officer. He is unfit to be a manager. He is letting us down. He is not taking any risk. It's very important. I can give you an example. There are a lot of examples leading on the front. Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great, it is told that he will lead the battlefield from the front. That's why any number of forces, Macedon, they are willing to follow him. Napoleon Bonaparte, he would fight from the front. So if the first man is to die, he will die. He did it. Many times he was injured. So people are. Robert Clive, warfare's greatest general in India, he used to fight from the front, injured many times. Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan is supposed to be one of the greatest warriors all time in history. Because he always fights on the front, that's why he was killed. Otherwise he would have been killed actually. So he was fighting from the front. So all these great leaders, all the people who share the danger with their subordinates. If all good things come, okay, I'll take it. Something bad comes, please give to my subordinate. If you tell like that, do you think that you will become a leader? You may climb. The position may help you to become, still continue the same, but your subordinates will never love it. I know in the police history, very recently there was one incident in Bahama. There was an accident. Bahama history was organized. Some 45 people died in Bahama. It's a huge bandobast. So, one senior most officer came to the place and saw all this building. I told him, said, handsome rewards. If you have anything, it's important. If you have a provision, whenever somebody does some good job, reward. Not necessarily money, just an appreciation. Gentlemen, you have done extremely well. Congratulations, I like it. In my service, I have seen bosses, various bosses. Some fellows, you cannot convince them at all. Whatever great job you do, he won't open the mouth and say, well done. Because a man who works hard always expects rewards. Psychological the theory of reward, what is it called? When work is followed with a reward, then that work is reinforced. Reinforcement theory. So we always expect people who work hard, always expect some kind of a attention, some kind of a recognition, some kind of a reward. When you look for Maoist extremists, they have connections with people who are in various echelons of their lives. They have connection with the students' community. There are several students who aspire to this philosophy of mass destruction of class enemies. There are students, there are doctors, there are lawyers, there are professors, there are scientists, they have philosophy. One place, I remember, one of the science institutions, the research institution, if a man has given so many kind of contribution to the science, there's a reason to respect him. Even without that, just copying some books from foreign countries and taking some articles. He said, I'm a scientist. You are all. The kind of ego there, that's what I want to say. Your ego should be based on what you have done. Just not because you are a scientist. If you ask scientists, average scientists, more than 50,000 scientists in Tamil Nadu, in India, 50,000. Ask him, what did he do? Now, he's selling medical school. I thought, why are you calling medical school? Sir, he is a man who planted a bomb with a railway. This Subramaniam planted a bomb in the Karaikudi railway line. He was arrested by police. And he came out on bail and he has so he's one of the in the line of extremist connections. So there could be people in any organization who are anti-establishment. On seeing some people, you really get demotivated. You work under some fellow, you will really wonder why did he join in this department after all. To work with characters like this. But if you work with some other people, you always like to work. This man, he's a great man. He supports me. He motivates me. So motivation is very important. I recently went to school. The school correspondent told me, sir, she enters the classroom, the students should get inspiration. They should be inspired to learn English. The way she talks, the way her body language, the way she speaks, the walks. She must be a woman who can inspire. Inspiration. On seeing you, you should get some inspiration. The way you dress and no proper washed clothes. He must be wearing the same kind of shape for the last 10 days, 15 days. And how can you expect inspiration from the students? They will also come like that only. Not without bath for a week. With the students, you look at the colleges, good colleges, fellows, shabby. And see colleges and places for education, institution. Students are expected to come in a particular attitude. They should have a proper shirt, and a nice belt, their shoe. They should look like students. Please go and check any college. I am not trying to force ideas on you. If you want, you go to your college, particularly government college, and see how boys come, how they are dressed. I know because I am attending my MBA classes. Every Saturday and Sunday, I go to MBA classes. There, these fellows come with various kinds of dress. Sometimes I used to wonder whether it's a shirt at all. It looks like a banyan. And he comes and writes. The girls are equally bad. The way they come. It's like that. And it's a place where they are going to learn. And one day I was noticing in the MBA class, one of the students recognized, okay, she knows something. She is perfect. She knows English. She can teach. So we should improve our competence. Who can be a captain of Indian cricket team? Do you think somebody who always hit a zero? He cannot. A man who has already proved his efficiency as a good batsman or a bowler or whatever. So he should be a competent man. Then only he can become elite. So while motivating your subordinates, first be a competent person. You have interpersonal skills, and you motivate. Manish, I told already. More importantly, for motivation, there is something very special, and that is that when you motivate, don't appeal to their need for money. Simply by paying more. Of course, you are not in a position to raise the salary of your junior. But the philosophy is that just merely increasing the salary, you don't get motivation. Okay? Alright, so Tamil Nadu, all the schools and colleges, government schools, you double the salary of the teachers today. Do you think they will change better tomorrow? Do you think that their level of motivation will immediately increase? They will go and search for books, learn the books, train themselves, come prepared for the next day class. They will say still it is not good when you compare the teacher with the HSM. They will say, New York University, they are paying more. You know the salary of a lecturer in college today? 60,000 rupees. Professors are getting 85,000 rupees. 100,000 rupees salary, a professor. So, the theory says that simply by appealing to their need for money, you cannot motivate people. That's why there is a two-factor theory. Two-factor, yes, right, that's it. Presence will motivate, non-availability will demotivate completely. Okay. Now, they say motivation, recognition, letter of congratulation. Your job is more important, you can take care of these extra jobs. You can have a laptop with you. You can monitor. You can give me reports. You can talk to the director every day because your job is very important.